Welcome to the next episode of Your Charisma Coach. It's finally here. Today I want to talk about a very important concept, which is building up flow in conversation. You'll know what flow is. It's when you riff with somebody, when you have banter, when you connect with somebody, and the conversation just moves along effortlessly and very elegantly. Now, this is going to be a two-part video because there's too much theory to cram in and demonstrate. So we're going to go through the theory now, and I want you to look out for the next video, part 2, which will be along shortly. So I've invited my good friend Russ, who is not sat there for any other reason. He is, just a random passerby. Russ is a very good friend who's just stopped over in England. You're from Sydney?
I'm from England.
Oh, you're from England, yeah.
From London, but I'm living out in Sydney, Australia.
I should know that. I have known you for 5 years.
5 years?
So that's a bit bad, isn't it?
It's all right, mate.
So, Russ, in fact, let's just begin.
Yeah.
The really important thing is to get that flow going is, first of all, you've got to listen. The most important concept is listening. A lot of the time, we talk to people and we're focusing on what we're going to say next rather than listening to what they're saying. So a really good thing to do is to imagine what they're saying as they're talking. So if they say, oh, I've just went to see Wimbledon and then I flew out to, South Africa, what I do is I'll imagine a tennis match going on. Then I'll imagine South Africa. And I'll let those little pictures appear, and sometimes they give me ideas to talk about as well. So in my picture of South Africa, I'm just thinking there's jungle there. But then I've got another picture of South Africa where there's like lions. So, I might come in and go, ooh, are you lion hunting? Oh, it sounds like are you going there for a bit of, was it an expedition when you're hunting? That's not very politically correct, but these are the things that pop up into my mind. The next thing is, when things do pop up into your mind, is to accept them and run with them. A lot of the time when something pops up in our mind, like an idea that we're going to talk about, we censor ourselves. We think, oh, I can't talk about that. For example, just then, I can't talk about hunting because that's not allowed. Always go, if you can, with the first thing that comes to your mind. Because doing that, that's like a pretty butterfly, doing that keeps the conversation flowing along nicely. When we second guess ourselves and say, oh no, I need to think of a better thing, that halts the conversation and it gets us in our head very quickly. It kills the flow. So first thing is, make a little picture of what they're thinking. Second thing is, accept what comes up. Now, if I said to you, the dog played the piano, or the dog's playing some bagpipes, there's three things that pop up in that conversation. We can talk about dogs, we can talk about playing bagpipes, and we can talk about the bagpipes themselves. For example, I love dogs. They're fantastic little creatures. How can you get a dog actually playing? Like, it must have very dexterous paws to be able to press all the keys or hit all the notes. What am I talking about? And also we can talk about bagpipes. They are the one instrument designed to cause displeasure. I can't think of, somebody moves in next door to you. I'm a musician, really, what do you play? I play bagpipes. It's like, ugh. So we can talk about those three offers of conversation. So we get those offers of conversation by listening very carefully to what that person's saying. Once those offers appear, we also have three things we can do with those offers, which Ross is going to help me demonstrate now. The first thing is, we can accept what they say and build upon what they say. For example, Russ, how you been? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been good, Marcus. I've just been sightseeing around Trafalgar Square in London as a whole.
Do you know what? I love Trafalgar Square, and you can never get bored of London. It's one of those places that's really exciting. Loads of people walking around, sunny days. It's a great place to be. So what I've done there is I've taken his offer of Trafalgar Square in London and built on them. And that will keep the conversation flowing. The next thing I can do is I can ignore him completely. So Russ, what have you been up to recently?
Mate, I've been sightseeing around London, checking out Trafalgar Square, Piccadilly Circus.
I'm really hungry, we should get something to eat. That kills a conversation dead. And people do it quite a lot. That's blocking what he's saying, that's ignoring what he's saying and talking about my own thing and my own ideas. Now, generally, people aren't that rude. They do something a little bit sneakier. What they do is they subtly block. This is how they do it. So Russ, what have you been up to?
Mate, I have been chilling in Trafalgar Square, sightseeing around London, checking out Piccadilly Circus.
Oh mate, you know what, that's awesome, but if you get a chance, one thing you should really check out is you should go to Stonehenge. Like, my mate went to Stonehenge, he just saw it, he thought it was amazing. What I did there is I used the word but. Now if you listen very carefully, I said, but you should do this instead. What that does is that kills Russ's conversation and what he's brought to the conversation of, and I talk about my own thing. And as you could see, I thought it was very funny, and you know, Russ laughed along. But if I do that too many times in a row, it kills the conversation, because it's like a form of aggression. I'm not letting Russ flow and express himself. So the best conversationalists in the world, including Russ, what we all do is we take what people say and we build on it and expand on it. When we block what they say, it can be useful. It creates a little bolt of emotion, and that can be quite funny.
Yeah.
But if we do it too many times, it just shuts that person down and the conversation dies. So Russ, thanks so much for stepping in.
No worries, mate.
And looking more cool than I am. I mean, I need to get some sunglasses. What is all that about?
Beautiful sunny day.
It's a beautiful day.
Absolutely.
And you know what? On that note, we should go and get a pint.
Let's do that.
Cheeky pint.
No worries, mate.
See you in the next episode, where I'll be demonstrating that.
Okay, guys.
Well, I'm pleased to report that Russ and I had many cheeky pints down the pub that day. Now, if you'd like to find out any more awesome techniques like the one described in this video that keep a conversation going along really nicely, I recommend you download my free ebook on conversation skills right now. It's crammed with a smorgasbord of awesome techniques that transform your conversation skills to the point where you'll be able to talk to anyone, anywhere. You can get your mitts on that by going to my website at yourcharismacoach.com. Also, be sure to check out the second part of this video, where I demonstrate the techniques we discussed here in real life. See you shortly.